What is dyslexia? Dyslexia is not simply an inability to read, as it might seem at first glance. It's a unique way in which the brain processes linguistic information. According to the International Dyslexia Association, around 10 to 15% of the population experiences some degree of dyslexia. This means nearly 1 in 10 people faces challenges in reading and writing due to specific neurobiological processes. However, this does not mean that these individuals have lower intelligence or are unable to achieve great success. Part 1: How the brain works with dyslexia. Generally, language processes are activated in the left hemisphere, where Broca's and Wernicke's areas are located. These regions are responsible for language comprehension and production. In people with dyslexia, activity in these areas is typically lower. Instead, the right hemisphere may take on more of the language work, making reading and processing language slower and less efficient. A person with dyslexia may spend more time recognizing words, making reading, especially rapid reading and comprehension, more challenging. Neuroscientific studies show that people with dyslexia have disrupted functions in several language centers of the brain. Dr. Sally Shaywitz, a researcher from Yale University, conducted significant research using functional magnetic resonance imaging, fMRI, on children with dyslexia. She found altered neural connections between the visual cortex and language areas in people with dyslexia. Reading is not a natural process for the brain. It is a skill we develop, and in people with dyslexia, neurons do not respond to text in the same way as they do in people without dyslexia. Sally Shaywitz, professor of neurobiology, Yale University. Part 2: Symptoms of dyslexia. Dyslexia can manifest at early stages of a child's development. Parents often notice that their child has difficulty recognizing sounds and letters. Here are some symptoms to watch for. Difficulty learning the alphabet or individual letters. Trouble pronouncing words, especially when trying new words. Confusion with letters that look similar, like B and D. Real-life story: Anna, age 7, struggled with reading in first grade. Her teacher noticed that Anna couldn't quickly recognize letters and often mixed up sounds. After consulting specialists, Anna was diagnosed with dyslexia and received a tailored learning plan that helped improve her skills. Teenagers with dyslexia often face new challenges as academic demands increase. They may feel stressed due to large reading volumes, leading to lower self-confidence. Common symptoms include difficulty with timed tasks, challenges with spelling and sentence structure, avoidance of tasks requiring reading aloud. Adults with dyslexia may be unaware of their condition until they encounter difficulties at work or during studies. Common symptoms include trouble reading complex instructions, difficulty understanding large amounts of text, errors in letters or emails due to spelling issues. Part 3: Types of dyslexia. Phonological dyslexia, the most common form, associated with difficulties in recognizing and processing speech sounds. People with this type often struggle with identifying individual phonemes, the smallest units of sound in a language, affecting their reading and writing abilities. Surface dyslexia. This form is related to difficulties reading words with irregular spellings or those that aren't pronounced as they're written, particularly common in English. People with surface dyslexia can generally read simple words accurately but struggle with words that have irregular phonetic patterns. Deep dyslexia, the most complex form, where people may struggle with reading complex or multisyllabic words or words with abstract meanings. Deep dyslexia may also be associated with comprehension difficulties. Part 4: How is dyslexia diagnosed? Stages of diagnosis. Observing the child's behavior, parents or teachers might notice early signs of dyslexia, such as reading difficulties or confusion with letters. Psychological tests. Specialists, speech therapists, neuropsychologists, conduct tests assessing how a person understands, reads, and writes words. A common test is the phonological processing test, measuring a person's ability to differentiate sounds and associate them with letters. Neuroimaging tests, To better understand the neurobiological basis of dyslexia, modern brain research methods, such as fMRI, are used, allowing visualization of which brain areas activate during reading. Part 5, Living with Dyslexia, Strategies and Support. Living with dyslexia can be challenging, but thanks to modern technology and methods, there are many strategies available to help individuals with this condition succeed. Here are some approaches to supporting people with dyslexia. Strategies for children. There are numerous methods to help children learn to read and write. One of the most effective is the Orton-Gillingham method, a multisensory technique that helps children combine visual, auditory, and kinesthetic elements during learning. Technological tools for adults. Today, adults with dyslexia can use technology to make many tasks easier. Audiobooks and speech recognition programs like Dragon Naturally Speaking help people avoid reading and writing challenges. Support from parents and teachers. Parents and teachers play a crucial role in supporting a child with dyslexia. It's important to create an encouraging environment where the child doesn't feel inferior because of their challenges. Parents can help at home by using playful learning methods and celebrating even small successes. Part 6, Famous People with Dyslexia. Richard Branson, the founder of Virgin Group, Richard Branson, is a prime example of someone who uses his special abilities to achieve success. He openly speaks about his dyslexia and believes it helped him develop creative thinking and problem-solving skills. I never saw dyslexia as a barrier. On the contrary, it allowed me to think differently and find new ways to solve problems. Richard Branson, entrepreneur. Keanu Reeves, the famous actor Keanu Reeves also has dyslexia, which didn't stop him from succeeding in Hollywood. He mentioned in interviews that school was challenging, but he eventually learned to compensate for his difficulties by developing acting skills. Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple, Steve Jobs, also faced reading difficulties due to dyslexia. However, this didn't prevent him from creating one of the most successful technology companies in the world. Jobs believed his unique way of thinking helped him design innovative products. Part 7, Dyslexia and Society. Inclusion in schools and workplaces. Modern educational institutions strive to create inclusive environments for children with dyslexia, allowing them to receive additional support, adapted learning materials, and opportunities to take exams under individualized conditions. Legal support. Many countries have laws that ensure people with dyslexia have equal access to education. For instance, in the United States, the IDEA, Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, guarantees that children with dyslexia can receive special educational assistance. Dyslexia is not the end of the world or a sentence. It is simply a different way of perceiving and processing information. People with dyslexia can achieve great success, and with the right support and the use of modern technologies, they can maximize their potential. Share in the comments, do you or anyone you know have experience with dyslexia?